Hello, this is a short little video to tell you about a book that's just been published, which I've written for the Combined Military Services Museum in Maldon, Essex. The Combined Military Services Museum holds one of the largest collection of SOE artifacts in the world, and this book goes some way to explaining some of these devices and the actual artifacts themselves, and the uniforms, medal groups, etc., which we hold in the museum. It's also an introduction to SOE, so it briefly gives information on recruitment, training, deployment, etc. for the agents, where they were trained up in Scotland, rigorous commando courses, and then trained in the south of England on their particular subject that they've been chosen for, i.e. as an organizer of a network, or a wireless operator, or a sabotage expert, and so on. And then goes on to relay some of the stories that some of these agents actually got up to. Eliane Pluman, for example, famously one of the women agents that were parachuted into France. She was involved with sabotage in the south of France. Yvonne Cormeau, who was originally with the Women's Royal Air Force, just up the road here, actually about 2 miles away, at RAF Swinderby. She left the airfield there and went straight into SOE, and then was taken into France, transmitting hundreds of messages back to London during the war and overseeing parachute drops to the French resistance. Odette Sansom, we have her medal ribbons in the museum, and also Peter Churchill, another SOE operator, his DSO medal. Peter and Odette were quite closely linked during the war, married afterwards, and so their stories are told as well. And then the back end of the book goes on to some of the artifacts that we have, so things like the well bike, the miniature motorcycle, the well rod assassination pistol, and various other artifacts and strange devices, almost James Bondish, if you like, in their character, that were designed specifically for these agents to carry into enemy territory. Very brave people, of course, to carry this out. On the rear of the book we've got a photograph there of Peter Wriggle, and he was a sabotage expert, and after the war he kept all of his notes on the training methods, and they today remain one of the only records of the sabotage training that the agents undertook. At the end of the war, pretty much all records were passed on to the Secret Intelligence Service, MI6, and were burnt. So about 90% of SOE's records were destroyed, which has baffled historians and the like ever since. But we're very lucky to have those books in the museum. They're like small exercise books, which he planned out all his courses in. So lots of really good information in there. All of these artifacts, of course, are available to see in the museum, and this book has been published in order to raise money for the museum and keep the collection going, if you like. Okay, thank you.